Thank you very much. It is the last best of three of the day. Big game, Avangar and ViCi Gaming. Um, I think we're both expecting Avangar to. I mean, yes, they've got a stand-in, but I think that we're expecting them to comfortably get a victory here. They've got the European experience. They've got the discipline. I think that the role Mo has to play
Mo.
isn't the most complicated one to replace. And we saw good things from him on the arch position of Inferno in their last Inferno game. So for me, I see lots of promise. What about you?
Yeah, it was their T side that fell apart, which is understandable with a stand-in. We'll see if they made some adjustments against ViCi. That will be important. But they do get to start off on their stronger side, the CT side. So we'll see how it goes. And then immediately, Jane with that CZ buster is going to do some damage. I'm such a huge fan of the CZ on the pistol of the CT Sun. It's working wonders here. Another kill with that CZ. Ooh, can't quite get the last one, though. Orman will be able to survive.
Oh, no, he switched out for an empty gun.
Oh,
he has no bullets.
He switched for the CZs.
Yeah,
oh,
I mean,
mad.
I don't know. I think that was something you could realize, but never mind. He's managed to rescue his gun again. So, hairy situation. Shot him in the head through the wall, Buster. But he has most of his health left. Okay, fishing for something. The bomb is still down in the short position. Kika will hear the reload. So they know, they've got enough GPS satellites locked in. They know where he is. Still getting the 1 versus 1. I respect the attempt. 44 seconds left. The Dren just keeping an eye on him, basically. He's not fighting to the death. He doesn't need to.
Well, Mo, Kika, and Adren right now have perfect Kevlar. So, oh no, Mo does not. But Kika and Adren do, so they'll get those those easy upgrades. Well, there you go. So yeah, I think Avangar to avoid any oopsies. They must get at least 10 rounds on his CT side, James, because again, we saw that it looked really good yesterday, and then as soon as they switched sides, it was very bad. So hopefully, for their sake, they can get a strong start. ViCi are definitely difficult to predict, and I don't know that Avangar really have that much experience against them. So
yeah, they're unpredictable. Tyler are also unpredictable, but I feel like ViCi shouldn't be. I think traditionally Tyler have been a stronger threat on a map like Inferno, where they just kind of pull rounds out from nowhere and have that kind of unpredictability that breaks the wrong rounds for their opponent on occasion. But we'll see. Maybe we are underestimating ViCi. They, of course, will have lessons to learn from their game yesterday.
yeah, this is perhaps their most confident map of Inferno. And they have no history against Avangar, ViCi.
Well, good luck against James then.
So
Inferno
yeah.
Mirage and Train. It's only going to go from bad to worse in that respect. Buster keeping an eye on things on Banana, but here's the retake attempt. The flashbang goes high. Buster's easily able to fall back. Adren's on the way as well. He's got one flash already in his hand, so should a push have come through towards B, there's that pull flash, which will allow for a safer peek from Buster. At some point, ViCi are going to swarm somewhere. Now they've forced the CTs back from their positions, so it wouldn't surprise me to see a B play. Will Buster see this flashbang coming? And Ben has all the grenades. He eats the first flashbang. There's a smoke grenade. And the second flash goes deeper. He still has position on the pool, though. 16 seconds. And there might be a bomb plant in this, because he's got to fall back, surely. That is a triple ding-dong from Adren. Sounded like he had the aimbot on there. Buster will finish off the job, and Adren keeps getting the headshots. Wrong team, though. And now things might get expensive. Jam Young will be the last man standing. 1 versus 4. Weapon will be switched out. That's a nice 1D. Looking to do a little more. Kika's got to be careful. They're looking to take him out together before going back for the bomb, but no one's got a defuse kit, so this is weirdly kind of awkward. Jam Young gets the 1v1, but he will be taken out eventually. 2 players are eliminated in that round. Not terrible for Avangar. They keep their clean sheet, and on they go.
Yeah, having 3 players versus 2 players alive is definitely a significant difference in terms of actually building your economy. With 3, you're able to build some economy, and with 2, you're suddenly in a more awkward position in terms of that. But yeah, it's going to go well for Avangar, all things considered. ViCi, I don't think they'll be too disappointed with 2 kills in the bomb plant either. So, you know, good on them. And into the next round, they will actually spend quite a bit of money here. Given that bomb plant, it's allowed them to get some utility behind Kevlar and pistols. So this is another dangerous one for Avangar. Avangar will still have the 2 MP9s and the FAMAS in play, so James to build that money, beautiful. Always feels so satisfying getting kills with MP9 with the MP9. I'm not sure why.
It's a great gun. It's a fantastic gun, and we'll have to wait in the coming months to see if it falls out of favor with the newly priced and adjusted FAMAS once that comes into play. Of course, this is pre-patch, as all those updates were sprung upon us at extremely short notice. It's a rare LAN where I don't bring a mouse and keyboard. I did bring a power cord cable, though, to do Jason's mouse at the very least.
I'm sure he's very grateful.
Yeah, he was complaining because I didn't show him how to do it, but, you know.
Oh, really? He's complaining?
These are long days and we're busy. What can I say? James holding down the porch position. Well, the eliminations have come in as they should and often will. Mo just about surviving. Would have been really annoying to die then, have to buy the Kevlar all over again, as well as a weapon. But here we are. He'll be fine with the FAMAS. He did great work with the FAMAS. On Inferno, no less, yesterday. He got plenty of multi-frags. James on the AWP, as he always is. 6-1 is James already. So he's already warm. It's the first buy round. He's 6-1. That's great for Avangar, not so much for ViCi.
Okay, so ViCi looking to get the aggression on towards Banana. They do have one man there, and it looks like James going to get a headshot. Talking about being ready for James. James is giving him a treatment, giving him the James treatment straight away. And, well, ViCi lost 2 players immediately, and they've barely even been able to use their utility or anything. They just, yeah, this is a really bad start in this round.
I think James is going to be, just because of where ViCi are from and where they're playing most of their Counter-Strike, I think James' style is going to be extremely hard for Kaze to try to deal with in this series. Goes from bad to worse with Shoking taken out by the balcony. Which leaves Jamyoung and Omen. There's been no damage to Avangar yet. 0 in capital letters. Mo will be spotted, but that information's more valuable to Avangar, or is it? Omen will get the frag, makes his way towards CT spawn. But this isn't of too much concern just yet. Although if ViCi are able to win another duel cleanly, then things could get somewhat scary. James is in a very nice position, however. They know where the T's can go and where they can't, and he will just sit top mid. Jamyoung will have to wait for the smoke to go. He still has the bomb, Jamyoung. But the angles are with Keykurtz. An exchange of fire. 22 seconds. Jamyoung must die.
Yeah, he's going to try to force his way in with a flashbang, and the fire actually does obscure any vision from Pit, and he actually is able to get a kill out of it, and James wants to play this cautiously. Jamyoung looking to get the plant out of it, but Adren's made his way there in time. And I would say, I'm surprised they double backed into A, given that that's where James is, and there's only one AWP. That's a great shot from James. And Adren with the spray through the smoke there, just punishing them for getting close. And it's going to be interesting to see whether or not ViCi will ultimately find solutions to Avangar's CT side. James with a flash over the roof there, slowing things down towards top mid, as his teammates are mostly towards B. He's got they had 3 B at the beginning of the round. That's there to defend against fast rush timings, and then you can see they peel away one player. That's Mo, who we saw playing Arch expertly yesterday on this map.
Creeping up Banana. There's plenty of utility here for ViCi. Jamyoung with the deagle makes his way outside the apartments. So if there are, and inside the apartments, if there is intention for the CTs to rotate, I was going to say he might be looking to cut that off, but No, I'm not so sure. I like this from Avangar as well. They're not going to allow ViCi to do whatever they want. I think this is such a strong thing to do for any European team versus a team from Asia who don't have so much exposure. So not like a Greyhound or something, but purely because making giving them a new mid to late round call to make is going to be extremely hard to figure out what the right thing is, because you're going to have less experience versus European teams with situations like this. Those grenades threaten a retake of the banana position, but anyway, we've got a counter incendiary from Avangar, and they wait on the site. This should be difficult, but there's a rotation through construction, which is actually going to be really helpful. The numbers game, they won't lose a single player just yet. Now, all of a sudden, this becomes a very winnable situation. Jamyoung with angles on James. This has fallen to pieces.
Yeah, this is a really rough situation. Mo will be able to take down Jamyoung at the very least to prevent some of the weapons going into the hands of ViCi. And how much do they commit here? They don't have really that much money. The AWP, just barely able to save it. No one peeking, and he gets a smoke out of it too. Mo might get even a pick. Oh, he gets a tag, but not the kill. Going back for more with this angle, you wouldn't blame him. With the AWP, he definitely has the advantage. And how much do ViCi want to commit into this? Cautious. There's the jump across. And Mo will make it out of harm's way for now. He's got the smoke again. He can drop it on Moto if he'd like to be super safe. But it looks like he'll hold on to it. There we go. Unlikely round coming out from ViCi Gaming. How much more can they win like that? How replicable is that? We'll find out, I suppose. Kaze with the AWP there. It's going to be interesting to see how he fares against James. James already up to 8 kills so far.
Well, that was a very unlikely round from ViCi. After talking up all the awkwardness and so on that Avangar were trying to create, ViCi certainly passed the test. But now a normal round occurs, and perhaps that will be a harder task. Ooh, okay. Well, James has been deleted in the apartment by Omen. It's a really important kill. Smoke's up there for the time being, but taking James out as the first player, I think, is going to be quite useful for ViCi. Kikert and Mo forced to respond, make their way towards the pit and the balcony, as you can see. And Adren's rotated towards Arch. So Avangar do wonder if it's an over-rotation. In fact, they're fully committing to the A bomb site. Buster's abandoning B, while ViCi are lining up in Banana, but with no cues really towards A. He starts to wander and falls back. He has some utility to maybe invite him to go back towards the A bomb site as time starts to get low.
It does indeed. And top middle has been taken, but there is a 3-man setup on the A side. Buster's alone on B, and he's looking like he might be rotating out of B. And it's a last-second rotation back towards the B bomb side here for ViCi Gaming. The seesaw is working out very nicely for them. Well played to ViCi Gaming. They're about to, when they get the bomb planted on B, it's effectively checkmate for this round.
Yeah, I'm surprised and impressed. I thought that smoke grenade, just before Buster left the B bomb site, he put down a smoke grenade. He went back to B with an incendiary, which he threw in response to the CT smoke, and then put the smoke down a bit later on. But I thought that would funnel ViCi towards the A bomb site, but he didn't panic. Maybe made a read that there might be a bigger investment towards A with that utility, and they made the right choice. They get a clean, unprotected B bomb site. And from around out of nowhere, now they find themselves with another one. They've got 2 rounds on the board, and only 3 of their teammates have got kills right so far. Shoking and Advent are both 0 and 4, so this is very unusual start to Inferno.
It's great from Avangar as well, though, because Kika has managed to collect the AWP that was dropped, and Avangar are one of those teams that they generally manage their economy very well. Obviously, there's been some memeing around that when it's gone a little bit, when it's been a bit too extreme, but of course, on this map in particular, you really do have to realize when it's just not worth it. And some teams will really stretch that and kind of burn themselves a little bit too much in terms of their economy. And Avangar still have 4 players, they kept the AWP alive there. So they didn't lose too much that round. And they get another try this time. And obviously James died in the apartments first. So he didn't have any impact on the round. So Great molly, actually. That's a really, I love seeing that one. To help a team take a top middle. They don't actually go for a top mid take behind the molly, so you wonder what the purpose of that one was. Deep and under control for Avangar. Will ViCi allow them to have it?
Mid-round. Things go relatively quiet, and here is an investment towards the banana position, but Buster's good for the first kill. He rings the bell at the very least, but there'll be 2 fast frags for ViCi. Mo starts to rotate. Will they invest everything? Omen is still lurking towards A. I don't know how many sand cues he's got, but the trades will continue in favor of ViCi Gaming. Mo's taken out. Now Kika makes his way over. There is the lurk punish. Jane patient. 2 versus 2. The bomb's not planted just yet. Kika waits behind the flames. He's got a HG grenade going towards default. Boom! And no, not quite a boom really, is it? It did
no
0 damage at all.
That's weird.
0 damage. Never mind. Normally it's chunks. But what are you going to do?
You promised me chunks, James.
Just kicked up some dirt. Jay makes his way forward to construction. Kika awaits. I don't know if they realize where both players are. Doesn't seem likely at the moment. Kaze rattled off a shot toward Jame earlier on, but where does Advent stand? There's no diffuse kit for these CTs, or this CT, as Jame is alone now, and I think he'll give up on this one. Time to fall away. Save the AWP at all costs. Maybe an exit frag. Maybe he'll have to get one. That's a beautiful flick, and he knows one more is there. Kaze's going to die on the site. He'll prioritize taking the AWP away from Jame over his own one, and I respect that. That's a smart decision. Some early issues for Avangar.
Yeah, lots of damage being done to their economy, to Avangar's economy there by ViCi Gaming, and it's interesting. You know, Avangar, they could. ViCi are definitely a dangerous team. They're dangerous enough. I mean, we've seen that they can hit their shots. Absolutely. Op is on Jame though. Mag 7, UMP. Buster sacrificed himself just on a USP. And James is dead. He's gone down straight away to the Krieg. The fast play on Banana with the Krieg is always a danger. James is not having quite the success as he was in the first few rounds. He's starting to run into some problems. So perhaps James being neutralized for the time being. Buster has managed to find the AWP though. So perhaps Buster's able to do what James could not.
The whistle of birds. You can find these sounds on some Japanese subway platforms in Tokyo. A bit morbid to explain why. There's Kiko with a Mag 7 to get the opening kill for Avangar at the very least. Might fish for an upgrade. Mo waits close. Does Advent check this deeper as he starts to look towards a short position? He's got help actually from Kaze, but he turns around the other way. He's supposed to face Arch. His teammate had the other angle. That's a disaster. And it's made it a 2 versus 2. Omen's gone through the B bomb site though. He has really secured some position here. He's got to get this kill. Mo dancing all over the place. Didn't expect Omen to have such an angle. So that's a nice response. We've seen some good plays from ViCi Gaming so far. I thought they might be overwhelmed by the experience of the European mice of Avangar. Of course, it's not their full team, but still, I mean, Mo's not short of experience, obviously. But here we are. They're about to tie the score. And all of a sudden, this CT side for Avangar has become very difficult.
Perhaps looking for the AWP now as well.
Always looking for the AWP. And often finding it.
So 4 rounds for ViCi. It's a nice recovery from them after the start. The start looked like it could get really out of hands. Got 4 very good rounds for Avangar in the bag. And I was wondering, oh dear, is ViCi going to find any solutions? And they've found back-to-back solutions. And again, partly it's because James' plays have not really been working out. He's died with Yorp, I think, immediately at the beginning of 3 rounds.
Not ideal. There is a pause from Avangar, deciding what to do. ViCi more proactive than perhaps Avangar might have expected. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. This PDG is pretty damn good. There'll be a pretty reasonable buy from Avangar in this round. We've got Buster on the MP9, but the utility is good. It's good enough to make an aggressive play to take Banana, for example, or do something else. James got a good spawn for mid. 2 Kriegs and 3 AK-47s. for ViCi Gaming. You can see the classic models here, if you will. Of course, in the current patch, you can pick your own models, although there have been some issues with legibility, so we'll see how that plays out in the coming weeks. But back into the current patch, off we go. 4-4 is the score. Kaze with a flashbang early, and Jame will eat all of that. Great awareness from the AWP on the other side, currently without the sniper rifle. And again, a very fast take of Banana from ViCi Gaming.
Yeah, Avangar in a position where they will have to eventually go for an info play. They do have the retake smoke there. I believe that was thrown by them in the car position. And Avangar also forced really far back towards A. You can see that they've got a man in Speedway. That's going to be Mo watching. That's effectively, you know, the arch control. So, yeah, really passive setup. And meanwhile, ViCi creeping for that balcony burst. And they got the flashbang set up from top mid as well from Orman. There it is. Thrown over the top, and James ready at the back of the bomb site. It's very difficult to do by himself. How many can he get? Misses the flick shot, but he's got some support here. Still alive. Great shot down into the pit. And there's the smoke to create some extra space, and they try to spam away, but they can't get to James just yet. And that buys time for Adren and Buster to get there to reinforce the position.
Kaze now in a 1 versus 3. He's taken Buster out, made it 1 versus 2. Adren makes his way towards the graveyard to finish off the job. Some nice area control from Jame. Hid behind the box to avoid getting wallbanged when he was low, put the smoke up by the default plant, put the incendiary on the other side of double stack to stop the rotation from ViCi. They were somewhat trapped. Bought some time for his teammates to ride in, the cavalry trampling on ViCi towards the end there. But again, it was somewhat expensive round of ViCi Gaming. Are on the buy once again. Kaze back on the AWP. Buster still with the MP9. Avangar no strangers to MP9s and MAC-10, so not really an issue for the main roster. Another fast injection of utility towards Banana from both sides. ViCi well ahead of the Molotov, but Orman moonwalking into flames. And that's not a team building exercise. 2 plays on 50 HP, but everybody's alive.
Yeah, it's feeling like Avangar off the back of that previous round may have found some footing here because they look more confident. And this is a good start for them. They've done some early damage. Sharking and Orman down to 50%. And it looks like ViCi might just double down on this Banana position, go for a set piece here, which wouldn't be it wouldn't be an awful plan, you know, because obviously we can see, okay, there's 3 players on B, that's going to suck for ViCi, but at the same time, they don't have a huge amount of utility. They don't really have an opportunity to go take mid, then try to seesaw things. It just takes too much time, and they don't have the resources. So, got to ship it all in, got to go through the smoke. Hope for the best. Adren rotates around with the Creed, gets himself the first, the second, and it's not looking good. ViCi maybe wanting to abort, but there's just no, they can't. There is no abort button. There is only plus forward. They've got to make it work.
Surely Mo gets a kill for free if they go deep enough from his position. Although now things might be a little awkward with Omen, but he's hidden from him completely. Buster gets deleted in the meantime, and the bomb will be thrown over. There's a pool play. He's just waiting for the bomb plant, buying some time. There it is. Now, Omen might not even know where he was, but he's fallen off. Kaze will fall off as well in a very different fashion with 10 seconds on the clock and a 1 versus 3. Doesn't fancy it. And this round will go the way of Avangar, it seems.
Yeah.
Ooh, the AK's on the floor.
Yeah, it was a good defense. Obviously, they had 3 players stacked on the B side. Again, I think if you're ViCi, they are in a spot where they're pretty committed to going for something like that, and it can work. It can still work. They even had to go through smokes and stuff. They did their best, but it just didn't work out. Unfortunately, it's one of those rounds. And indeed, Avangar found some footing. They've broken the economy of ViCi. There is an AWP on Kaze though. Now, the hero AWP on the T side is tough to make it work sometimes, but Kaze certainly will. Gets a nice kill into the flames, and he escapes. A daring escape.
Just ran to his teammate who was more or less blocking him. Advent will get tagged, but he's alive. And Shoking's got a lot of map control now. Manages to go beyond the flames, and James gone all the way around towards short. So there's a lot he could do here. Does he try and flank towards CT? They could make their way to split Banana. Although Mo is on the way now, they know that Arch is open, and it's a calculated risk. James holding down a short position, so indeed Mo will continue his pursuit. Smoke is up on the balcony, there's a flashbang, and Kika gets one for free. James will get flanked by Shoking, picks up an AWP, but oh my god, it's just Mo and Buster now, and it's barely Mo. He's down to 14 HP, but it's a 2 versus 2. He's made it winnable. Buster's on a long rotation though, still on Banana, just now making his way up towards top mid.
Very surprising round. I mean, this is how it started for ViCi previously. Off the back of these pistols, they seem devastatingly strong. And Evan, well, this angle is so good. Oh my god, how has Buster managed to pull that one off? That is outrageous. And now they can try to play the trade game against Orman. And he's got an orb. This is really the worst weapon you could possibly have in this situation. They are leaving it to very late, though. Where's the trade? Is it quick enough, Buster? Does he have time for this? It's going to be very close. I don't know if he's got it. Oh, it's just about done. Very well done indeed by Buster. And who was there with him? Dren? No, I don't even know anymore. It doesn't even matter. Avangar win the round. That's all that matters. It's a 7-4 situation. That was almost very nearly out of hand, James.
That was really quite literally down to the wire.
Buster and Mo. Okay.
That Krieg, man. The best weapon for that angle, I think. Especially for the multi-frags. But Buster, I mean, he won 80s just in time. If he has even the slightest slip, that round is over. 7-4. It is close. Both teams on the bye, but one AWP may reign supreme, and that is with James. There's a flashbang, doesn't take the shot, just falls back. ViCi got the sound cues. They hit a retreat, and they will start to burst. But will they check the corner? There are flashbangs. Mo takes the first one out, and the second. Multi-frags again from that position, Mo. He's been good there for Avangar as a stand-in. James forced back. He's got Kika for rifle support. Kaze makes his way under the balcony. Sees that nobody's there. But how do they take the other side of the bomb site? The bomb falls by double stack. Kika looking to do more, and he will. His turn for multi-frag. That leaves Kaze really ill-equipped with a UMP in a 1 versus 3. May have spotted a CT by the library. He'll get a bomb plant at the very least. He could really do with an upgrade. He's got half the bullets in the magazine as well. That will at least be improved. He's up close, but James will take him out and go back for the AWP, of course.
Yeah, that was a great defense there from Avangar. You know, ViCi with that fast, aggressive play style, it is volatile, and it's good to see, you know, as well, James kind of respecting the fact that, you know what, I'm flashback, got to take another angle. Okay, molly back, flashback, and just letting his rifles support him, and it works out really nicely for Avangar here. Great defense. And ViCi, you know, they've managed to get 4 rounds. Hopefully for their sake, they'll be able to find some more of that success. They're going to be playing with, thanks to that bomb plant, another full buy here. So maybe they need to play pistols again. Maybe they need to just half buy all the time, because they found a lot of success with those pistols.
We'll see what they can do in this one. Kriegs are out again. Full nades for Avangar. Have they settled in now? Maybe there was some familiarity to be had with the players and the habits of ViCi Gaming, a new opponent for them. James 15 for 6, always good with statistics. 12 for 7 for Mo. Again, he's not been slacking at all on the Avangar side. There is a hand spotted in the pit. James will take a shot. Kaze will remain alive, but Adren will not. I feel like he often goes down first. He's got a very brittle position that he plays for Avangar. Often getting blasted by the cannons of the opposing side.
Yeah, he's the guy that's supposed to maybe die first, whereas James is not, which is why perhaps, you know, there was so much of an issue earlier on. James with a miss there. Opportunity gone. But opportunity gained for ViCi as they've got position there. Just one player, and that's going to keep 2 players of Avangar towards that B-bomb site. And need 2 here for top mid. James going to spot them moving across, though, and that is pretty key information. Maybe Avangar will feel like going for an info play top banana. That could be useful. It's harder than it's very hard in Inferno. Once top mid is taken, you don't know if it's a full commitment yet. They will try to wrap. Oh, it's going to be a B split. Don't see these two too often. Most going to hit the running of Speedway. But, oh, he actually turns, expecting a pinch. As the B play is still on.
37 seconds left. Will they check the whole site? Well, that Molotov will certainly help. Buster peeking inside the Molotov means he'll only be good for 1. Maybe he bought a second or two as we've got a double rotation through Banana. Won't be shy with the sounds. Jame with a fast one. We've got a flash up top. Kika already has some angles. 2v2. We'll switch out for the AK-47 for the trade frags if necessary. Look how Kika approaches all the angles on the site. Jame takes Kaze out by the coffins. A late push from him with Kika as the point man, making sure there's no surprise peek. Advent with a forward angle. Jame will get taken out. Kika's here to trade. Jame saves Kika, then Kika will trade for Jame. Marvelous work on the retake there from Avangar. And they make it to 9 to the 4 of ViCi, who did plant the bomb.
Yeah, it's really expensive rounds. You know, there's a max loss bonus plus the bomb plant. That's $4,200. And for Avangar, they'll have just enough to fully rebuy one time. But they will be spending pretty much everything. So if ViCi are to win this round, they will have a very solid shot at the 6th. So this one could be worth 2 for them if they are to pick it up. So and that would be great. That'd be a great result. So we'll have to see if that's a result that they can achieve. Now, Avangar looking to keep things fairly standard here. 2 Banana, 3 towards A. Jame trying to get some action there towards top mid with that AWP, but will be forced back once again. ViCi being pretty good at keeping Jame, well, keeping him in a position where he can't have too much impact in the early to mid round. Balcony burst is coming though.
There we go, some footsteps heard a little earlier. The CTs of, well, Kika will avoid the flashbangs. Some pre-fighters stuck behind the smoke. He will fall off though. But if they aborted here, that wouldn't be too shabby. Omen's taken position over Adrenaline Library at the very least, and he could suggest something towards the B bomb site. Top mid still in possession of ViCi Gaming. I like the abort, didn't go through the smoke, didn't throw it around the way. And now they'll make their way towards B. They still have Omen and CT spawn, and Buster has a decision to make. He's got to push somewhere. He can't just stand here and be pinched by both players. Looking to pop out at the right time, and he'll take Omen out. He might not be sure if CT is clear, though. Mo's making his way over, checking it at the same time. Buster now can hold on to construction as Mo has caught up with him. Jame and Kika coming in from Banana, and Kaze will be too fast for Jame.
Also doing more damage though, really holding on to that angle. It's hard for them to cross to the back of the bomb site. They managed to make their way there, but Advent took critical damage in doing so. Buster still a problem. The orb's now posted up though on his position, so if Buster peeks deep, he's probably going to die. But if he has a teammate to swing, which he does, they should be able to get the trade on Kaze. There's the jump across. No trade on Kaze whatsoever. Kaze and Advent playing the heating body set up at the back of the site. Buster nailing another frag. Buster doing so much damage, and Kika will help him out, and that's a defuse. That's 10 rounds for Avangar, and maybe an 11th will soon be theirs as well. But ViCi will still have that max loss bonus, so they'll still have 4 buys.
Yeah, that is 6 rounds in a row for Avangar. The last 4 have been defuses, so ViCi having some success. I do like the call there to not just push through the smoke. That would be absolutely suicide. So they're focused, ViCi. They've got 4 rounds on the board. It's not been the easiest game, and it shouldn't be versus a team like Avangar, even with Mo as a stand-in. But they're doing okay. They could really do with a 5th round here. Kaze will make his way beyond the fiery pit on this occasion. Oh, we've got there. We see this every now and then. Guardian used to do this on FaZe a few moons ago. There are trades towards top mid. A very fast moving round. This time Mo doesn't get a multi-frag, and there might just be a 5th round in this for ViCi.
Yeah, this was definitely made a little bit easier than perhaps they wanted it to be. And Avangar, I mean, they got Adrenaline Buster. They're great players, but it's a 2v4. This bomb site is probably one of the absolute hardest to retake when the T's have utility, because the constant resmokes of Moto create a position where you just can't challenge from the arch side, the library side area. And when you come in through porch, it is impossible not to get crossfired. It's so hard.
That bomb is really far ticked already. They both have kits, but have so many frags to find, and they won't find them, not on this occasion. 5 rounds for ViCi at half-time. So not too shabby, all things considered. They have to be an underdog going into this match. So I think that both parties should be happy here.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a pretty reasonable result. I mean, I think I said at the beginning, Avangar, I want them to get at least 10. We saw a very poor T side from them yesterday. Obviously, they're playing with Mo as a stand-in for Sanji. So we'll have to see if they can find a remedy for that. Maybe it was just a stylistic thing that they struggled to get on there, and that could be it. We'll have to see. ViCi still not out of it.
Yeah, I think 5 rounds is good. If they win the pistol, then there can be smiles. Smiles can be had.
By who?
Are you a smiler?
I'm known to smile.
That's fantastic. So looking at the scoreboard, we've got James up there, 17 for 9. James always doing well. Even though it felt like a difficult half for him, he just kind of squeezes the kills in here and there. He just finds a way to make them work. But that's the, the CT side is where you want to be with the AWP. He moves over towards the T side now, so I think he'll, obviously, as we mentioned on the Inferno we saw earlier on today, that is going to be a harder task. However, we saw in ViCi's previous series that in some, there were holes in their game to exploit, basically. So maybe James has a chance to find some more mileage, or perhaps the other players of Avangar will pick up the slack. We'll have to see how Mo is used as well, how he was utilized on the T side versus this particular team. Choking with a jump peek towards second mid. We've got a grenade down Banana on the pistol round, which you might not see too often. There's a lot of utility on Buster and James. We've got 2 Molotovs, 2 smoke grenades, 2 decoys as well, which could be used for fake flashes or even a fake execute.
Yeah, I like that Avangar didn't just straight rush Banana, because those nades do come in on the pistol round from time to time. And you can just avoid any variables there just by just waiting. So that's exactly what they do. They go for a delayed B push. Got some smoke, or some decoys coming out there as well. I thought it was smokes, but there's actually a molly, 2 mollies in a smoke. So there's a coffin smoke. That's really cool to see. Molly's going deep as well to prevent the push, but the main push is coming from Banana. And it will be spotted as Shocking takes down Buster. Quick flashbang out there to get the retake started, and it's going pretty well.
Yep, in they come. Big man advantage gets even bigger. It's still winnable though. It's just about the headshots, so this is how they start. Mo going super wide. They're leaving Adren in a 1 versus 3. They're flying at him with the knife out, but he can't reload the gun. He will be finished off with a pistol, however, but it's always fun to see the knives in the pistol round. And the round will go the way of ViCi.
Oh, that's sad. I think the knife was guaranteed there, James, because he was trying to pull out his own knife, but
You got to play for that W, man.
Well,
Can't be messing around.
Playing for the frag.
If you see him, shoot him. If you can't shoot him, knife him. 10-6. ViCi Gaming win the pistol. It was much needed, and they did it. A great retake. But again, it's the nature of a pistol round. They've got a crossfire set up. They're close enough range with the Glocks. Yes, it's a 2 versus 5, but you just got to tap the head once, and things can change pretty damn quickly. Nothing is guaranteed in a pistol round, as we saw there. Here we are. We've got that hero Krieg on Kika. Fair amount of utility as well. Now, Kaze saw 2, if not 3 players down mid. He may not want to re-peek that because there are reasonable odds that he dies. So how do Avangar utilize this Krieg? And do they go Krieg first, or does somebody fish with a pistol first? Does somebody swing wide for the Krieg? A few different ways to play it. We'll have to bear witness and see how they choose to do it.
There we go. He spotted the target, a potential target. Keycard, though, is not interested. Oh, sorry, not Keycard. What am I saying?
What are you saying?
Advent and Norman are not interested by Banana. As soon as they spot it, they're just like, whoop, I'm not going to go for a re-peek there. And the goal will make progress up Banana as a result. And they could just try to go into the B bomb side. There's 2 players there. They can try to trade them out. Hope they hit their shots. Keeping things simple in a round like this is generally a good idea if you can. Some sound made. They have Avangar have top mid as well, so it's actually a problem for ViCi, because ViCi don't know where to put their players because of this. In comes the B play. Avangar could have a good round here with these Deagles. 2 players on the sides, and Jane will pump Advent full of Deagle bullets, and the bomb site will be under assault here. So 3v4 ultimately, though. They're trying to get a cheeky shot through the smoke onto the planter, and it's all they need to do.
That's huge. No bomb plant and no time. That's how you win the round. The urgency. Again, this is great awareness from ViCi. They're much further ahead than I expected in this particular matchup. Not in terms of score, but in terms of awareness. That's fantastic. Shut it down.
It's a good one to win. Get the Krieg out of it as well. Can't complain.
It's a good one to salvage, I think is the right word there. Because that one was slipping away from them, but stopping the bomb plant changes everything. From 1 Krieg to 2. And the AK will join them late. So this is a really awful first buy from Avangar. That lack of bomb plant really wrecked everything.
Yeah.
This is horrible. And this allows, I mean, it should allow ViCi to catch up.
I mean, it's one of the things I think is really cool is that like the Kriegs are like 3 rifles. If you're playing it right, can be extremely potent on the T side. Can create the openings. You can get a gun secured for a teammate or secure position at the very least. So it is something whereby I think that it would be cool to see more teams thinking about like that hero Krieg. I think more teams are doing it these days, but I think it's the Russian teams that definitely started to, or the CIS teams, I should say, that were the first to really do it with consistency, and Avangar have characteristically done buys like that. And they're looking to go for the arch control. They do have a chance here to maybe wrap into the A side if they really want to. They don't have any control towards Banana though, so that's a problem, because it means they're fairly predictable here.
Got Advent moving up Speedway. Same with the off angle, he's just waiting for it. 4 versus 4, just for a brief second. Shoking will take a Dren out. 35 seconds on the clock. Where is the bomb? The bomb's with Mo. The bomb's top mid. HE's towards short, or yeah, HE onto. That's really weird. They threw a HE like it was a flashbang onto Kaze's head basically, but he still manages the deagle shot onto Mo. 20 seconds now. The bomb's on the floor, and things are becoming awkward for Avangar. And it become more so as ViCi continue to catch up. It was a bad buy from Avangar, and I'm sure they wanted more from that, but it was not very likely.
Yeah, this is a really pivotal moment now for ViCi. They have a great opportunity to start really getting some momentum and taking some headway in this one. And I'm curious if they, what kinds of aggressions they may or may not go for in this one. It feels like they're definitely a team that does like to get aggressive if they can. And sometimes, as I mentioned before, sometimes your identity, you don't want to deny your identity. It's how you can really get into the flows. If you pick good spots to make it work, it will give you all that extra confidence if you pull it off. And obviously here it's just a pistol buy for Avangar, so there's not really too much to worry about. ViCi shouldn't do anything too crazy in a round like this, but I'm talking about in those buy versus buys. And that said, I can't really count out Avangar in this situation. That's going to be a great nade. Does a bit of damage to everyone almost. It's a lick of damage here and there. All the boost on the half wall, over the half wall. From James. Yeah, getting some ground here slowly but surely.
Flashbang will allow Kaze to hold position. The smoke goes up. It'll isolate worst case scenario, and those Kriegs for the CTs ring out. They are fearful. Dren picks up an M4A4, going for some burst, going back to the Deagle, running low on bullets, running low on health. ViCi make it to 9, 4 survive. They're in a reasonable position, but now, finally, in round number 20, we see a proper buy from Avangar.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to see how they use it. I'm looking forward to seeing Kaze as well, if he's going to be dynamic, kind of just moving around everywhere, or if he's going to be fairly static on Inferno CT side. He's been pretty good with it on the AWP. Dab hand. Keycurd's first man towards Banana. I think, the T side is definitely where you miss Sanji the most, because Sanji is so good at creating space in high-risk situations, and with not very much on him as well, just maybe an SMG, but Keycurd's the one to get the opening towards Banana. Mo as well, defending the mid-aggression. And now ViCi are in a desperately sore spot. What do they do here? Their money's not amazing. Do they just save from this position? Because B is completely up for grabs.
Losing players on either side of the map at the same time. Omen and Kaze will rotate towards the B bomb site. Jam Young is going to have a very long rotation. And maybe some spray beyond the coffins. But will there be spray through the smoke from the T side first? Dren planting a bomb on the elevated position. Now, do they fall back while the smokes are still up? Because that's their chance come and gone, I think. And indeed they do. They will. Out of there, hold on to what they have. James is already hunting. He knows there's an AWP somewhere, and he's going to try and find it every single time. Well, he found it one way or another.
and AWP magnets. And that's all that they were willing to invest in hunting down ViCi. And that's fair enough. They don't have money themselves. Everyone's 1,000 or less. And ViCi tie up the score. Actually, what am I saying? It's 11-9. Mixing the, it's late here, James. I'm mixing things up.
Yeah, there's a 10 in between 11 and 9 as well.
It's true. I need the, why didn't you bring your Chinese abacus, James? It would have helped me out.
Yeah, I should have brought that. Somebody could have taught me how to use it. ViCi have taken a timeout. That's their first round of the half, Avangar, but it was their first full buy of the half as well, so that must be noted. Their previous offering was one of the worst ones I've seen at that stage of a round in recent memory. Of a half, rather, not a round. Makes more sense. So we'll see how ViCi responds to this. They had money, and they'll have a full buy, because they still have the AWP, of course. They still have the Krieg on Advent, which could come in handy. James, 19 for 14 now. He's died a lot more in this half. The initial offerings towards Banana from both sides. Smoke at the bottom, Molotov's in the middle, smoke at the top, and Omen makes his way through to the middle, punishes the Tracers as well. 5 versus 3. And Avangar haven't seen much of anything. That will send them backwards towards Banana, interestingly, even with the smoke still up. Bomb needs to be collected by Adren now. Do they just try to barrel somewhere? Quick jump peek, and Mo will not be fast enough on this occasion. How on earth do you make a plan for this?
Yeah, it's not the best spot to be in. You know, ViCi go very passive because they have this advantage, and that's fair enough. And that does give Avangar a chance to do something, because they're going to get a 3v2 on the B-bomb side here, or potentially 3v1, because they'll be able to smoke off coffins and or the CT spawn positions. And Mo is just checking for a flank quickly before he goes back to help the push with the flashbangs with the support utility. There's some counter utility coming in from the CTs as well. The rotation starting to happen for ViCi as well. Shame though with the opening kill up towards the boost, the flowers boost, and the bomb's going to get planted here. There is actually a pretty decent chance, but not now that Mo has failed against Orman. Orman, lovely defense coming in from him, and that's going to secure the round for ViCi Gaming. 10 for them now against the 11 of Avangar. Avangar though with a lot of money in the bank to use. So Avangar starting to, they're not really finding the groove that they're looking for.
Yeah, not quite yet. This is a very interesting performance from ViCi so far. They have a lot of opportunity ahead of themselves. And they have a lot of Kriegs about to face them as well. Omen has one of his own. There'll be an initial offering. Another instant 2K on Banana, even faster than the previous one. Another 5 versus 3. Huge advantages for ViCi early, and now it's 2. There's a minute 35 on the clock. This is very unlike Avangar. They're getting deleted.
Yeah, they're just kind of feeding Omen with that Krieg. That's a 2v5. They have to find a... So now it's actually so urgent that they find economic damage. If they can somehow engineer 2 or 3 kills, it would really be ideal. And that should really be the mission here. You know, how can you find kills? I mean, at this point, like it's 2v5. I don't think you care as much about the outcome of winning the round because it's so unlikely. But what you can try to engineer is, again, those kills. You need to get kills. And Orman here, he's looking for an ace, effectively. He's from the coffin position, and that's such a strong swing for the Krieg. You can see why. Extremely difficult to deal with. Advent is there to pick it up, though. Oh, dear.
Wow, that's quite the combo. He died a hero. I have to say, like, that's one nitpicking thing that I can really say for ViCi Gaming, which is weird because, let's not forget, Valve made a change in the last few weeks where the +CL_show_team_equipment was on 1 by default, which basically, like what you can see through the wall here, all these icons above the team's heads, you can see your own team, you can see where they are basically. Despite that, we've seen that team grenades, and we saw one on short A earlier on in this game as well. So I don't know why that's happening when by default these tooltips are on.
Yeah, but it's disabled in competitive play, no?
I don't think they are anymore.
I thought they were disabled.
No, I think they're allowed in majors
Comp.
now. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
So they shouldn't be.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that change was made in the last month or two. If I'm incorrect, then feel free to tweet me, but I don't think I am. 11 apiece. Now, maybe Avangar have been deterred from making plays towards the B bomb site, at least in the early game, which may, well, I say may give ViCi an advantage, but I mean, they've been wrecking them there. We're going to have a balcony burst. Out goes the flashbang from James, as well as one from his teammate. Will they be ready for this? So far, so good. Shoking with two, including the Molotov. There's another one on the balcony, which will isolate and split the players. On one side, there's Death. On the other side, there's the remainder of Avangar waiting in Graveyard. Little attempt, but just like ViCi did in the first half, Avangar have to back up from this position, but James has the angles on the Graveyard. Can he find Shoking in the pit as well? He swings on him, but James will get the frag. There's Advent by double stack, 1 versus 2. He gets wrecked. That leaves it down to Kaze. Very back and forth round here on the A bomb site.
Yeah, great double from Jane that really opened things up. Kaze with the, not with a clutch, or, oh, he's throwing away the AWP, looking for a rifle to do the clutch with in case he, I suppose he doesn't want to, one, doesn't want to drop it, and two, feels like he absolutely needs a rifle to make this one work, and it's headshot positions for days. It's just not going to happen for Kaze.
Where is it? Where is it?
Great save by Avangar. Great save by James.
Yeah.
That 2K was monumental.
I didn't see that coming. Now, one of the biggest things from this round is that Ullman no longer has a Krieg, because that was clearly a problem, especially in the early game. Now, if they are, if they realize that, maybe they will fight for Banana again in the early game. Now that there are no Kriegs possible on the CT side for this round, but look at this investment from ViCi. They've got 4 players towards the B bomb site. They're expecting maybe that's their read. We don't have a Krieg anymore. They might go for it. So they put 4 towards B, but Avangar continue to approach Banana slowly.
Yeah, and it's definitely a very solid style. It's a smart approach. Let the CTs dump their utility first, and then you just retake it, which means that your utility is much more effective. And then they're sitting there late round with almost nothing to defend a site with after the early investment. That said, Avangar don't have too much utility themselves. They may be committed towards B here because of that back. We'll see. They go for it. Advent actually almost going down there by the spray through the smoke from Kika. That's quite annoying if you're Advent. And indeed, it will be all about this B set piece from Avangar. Kika will creep close, though. I like this, going more contact. It's a very strong way to do it, but Orman has been dominant. He doesn't get more than one this time, and that is potentially the difference because Kaze is locked out by the smoke, and that's a 4v3 after plant for Avangar.
Jam Young must be careful because the drone is looking for plays in mid, but ViCi once again will start to back off. Their best chances have come and gone, and they will try to preserve like a jar of jam. Adren, though, has other ideas. He wants to eat that jam, and he'll hunt for it. Avangar making their way towards 13. It's been a good game of Inferno. It's been better than I expected, which is fantastic. Avangar making sure there's no late play for the bomb, and they exit towards that banana position. See how much Adren will fish. I mean, the money's not amazing for Avangar, so you can see he's not really going to just run to his doom there. It's not like he's sitting on 10k.
Yeah. Would be nice. But no one's really I feel like nobody's really had money. Avangar taking that slim lead. 2-round leads. It's a big moment for ViCi to stop Avangar. UMP MP9. Not maybe the ideal answers, perhaps. Ooh, nice shot comes in from Kaze there, dealing with Keycut nicely. And Avangar have absolutely no control towards Banana now, so they've got some decisions to make. Do they just go for top mid control? Do they try to retake Banana first before that? They would need their entire team pretty much to take Banana, given that it's under CT control at this point. So they're going to commit towards A now. And it seems as though Kazi will start to rotate towards A as well. So ViCi will have all the players to deal with this that they need. They're going for a push around Porch. This timing could be fantastic. Indeed, it is absolutely perfect. A free kill onto Mo.
1 minute on the clock. Buster will hear the CTs fall back, and he'll take position in kind. Shoking's ready, though. Thought he'd catch him off guard, but that's not the case. Adren and James, 2 versus 5. Barely any damage done so far. 3 players on the A-bomb site, 2 sitting deep inside. There's nobody around Arch at the moment. Adren's making his way over. There's still smokes up towards Arch and Library, and there's the first kill of the round for Avangar. Jamyoung taken out in the pit. This can allow him to focus on the site. There's no guarantee that there's nobody under the balcony just yet. He's stuck on the reload, James, and down he goes. Look at the money for Avangar. It sucks. Mo's got 57.50. Actually, it's just, no, it's just Kikert who is low on money. I thought Mo's was 750. It's 57.50, so it doesn't suck too much. James got 7,200, so he can spread the wealth or buy an AWP. This round is one of those key rounds for both squads. Somebody's money's going to suck afterwards, that's for sure. And Mirage and Train to come after Inferno. But who takes Inferno?
Yeah, it's definitely very much up in the air at this point. Avangar not having quite as difficult of a... Well, actually, they are having as difficult as the T-side as yesterday. So it seems like the sort of prophecy is somewhat true that they, based upon their results yesterday, that they would have some kind of a similar trouble today. Not to discredit ViCi. Almost had a lot of success, which has been very demoralizing, I think, for Avangar.
He's back on the creek, Dan.
Yeah, he's in the barrel position again. It is not too difficult to deal with that position, but it's because Avangar have been going so slow on Banana that they because you can just double nade it. You can double nade it, you can molly it.
Yeah, but you got to face it to dominate it. It's not that simple, man. He has a gap. You stand over a grenade in your hand, you're dead.
Those rush timings. Either way, Avangar will not try to test Orman early on. And Banana's been given up by the CTs, but Avangar have no idea about this. Minute to go, and they really have no idea at all about Banana. You can see Kikurt's position super defensive, making an assumption that maybe they've even pushed it.
They're jiggling. No pop flash play. Although I think, was it Almano just threw one? I think so. One of those investigatory flashbangs. No one behind it, but you just want to see if people spray their AKs. Cheap information. Kikurt's basically jiggled his way all the way towards the top of Banana, and he's finally seen where Omen is standing. And they've held on to their utility with that to some degree. I mean, he didn't have any Kikurt, but Mo is about to deploy a grenade. 20 seconds on the clock. Do they hit a tagging? Oh my god! This could be a massacre!
There's so much damage there from Advent with the AK through the smoke. It's a genius maneuver. There's no time here for the T's to really do anything. They've got to get the bomb plant immediately. And the CT's just laying waste to them with the Krieg and the AKs that they've stolen away from previous rounds. And they will get the bomb planted. But Kikurt and Adrena critically weak. So any Mo with any HP, this is going to be very difficult for Avangar.
I can't believe this many players are still alive for Avangar. A little tagging heard through the smoke, and then it was just a Gatling gun. Kikurt on 8, Adren on 4. Jamyoung waiting for the right time. He sees one. Oh, now everybody's in the red. Mo finished off, and where is Adren? That bomb is really quick, ticked at the moment. Kazi and Omen, they've both got kits. Kazi's on the bomb. And there will be another round in the bag for ViCi Gaming. The bomb plant was essential for Avangar. That might allow them to buy. If it wasn't for that, then it was eco territory. But they'll be light on grenades if they do buy.
I think they got to do it. Get a couple guys on Mac 10s or something, go for a fast play or apps control, or there's lots of options. Interesting. So a couple players have full bore, and the others have half bore. It's very Avangar.
Yeah, the thing is, you can't really question the Avangar math because it always works out when they do things like this.
Yeah. I think it's great. We've got an app setup though coming in from ViCi Gaming. It's the old AWP and rifle setup. It's definitely difficult to deal with.
So Avangar saw a 2-man investment into the apartment, so it cost them a dren. Not really in a position to do anything with that information. So all they can do is be a victim. So they've got 2 rifles and 2 pistols left. They've got plenty of grenades though, which may be a surprise. So far, ViCi has seen a deagle. Adren died to an AWP, so they don't necessarily know that he has armor or not. So there's information to be gleaned. Nice HE grenade, but now all these grenades into the B bomb site will be worrisome, but there's limited time to respond to it. The rotation is coming in though from at least 2 of the 3 players. Advent's just standing by the pillar. He might not know that he's been spotted just yet. Now he's been swatted. 35 seconds and Avangar have planted the bomb. Worst case scenario is being ticked off. Now they need to win the round.
Oof, it's going to be very difficult now, though. Kurt is under fire. He does manage to get some help from Buster, though, so they will keep at least one alive in the 1v2. It's a Galil, though. 19 bullets left in the chamber to try to do this. Buster, oh, we will spot one coming through the smoke. It's a free one. And now it's just down to Shoking as he makes his approach. The deagle's out for Buster. Oh, and he's nailed it with the deagle. My God, that was so close. And he's found the AWP as well.
That was that seemed panicky from Shoking. I think he did kind of choke there because that pre-fire was. I think he could have done better there.
He's saying it was a shocking result.
I'm saying that you must be Shoking, Dan. Avangar are in the lead now. That one was down to the wire. Again, it was a special buy from Avangar, but I think that ViCi could have done a little more towards the end. It seemed like that was a nervous approach. And these are, I mean, this is a very critical time. Look what it's done to their money. The decisions need to be made. There's a tactical timeout. Kaze will be on AWP. I mean, it's still a strong buy, although it could be a lot stronger. 2 MP9s won't be ideal. Omen Alman on an MP9 rather than a rifle may have a significant difference. He's almost on a 30 bomb. And this late in the day, he's on the MP9 now. This is
it's a bad omen.
It's not good. He had meatballs, now he's got potatoes.
Right, well, we've got ourselves James on the AWP once again, and he's going to molly up the car. Obviously, Orman's been a nightmare from there, but of course he's not really doing much this time. That right eye peek against the left eye is certainly strong. He also got some geometric advantage there as well, so that's a lovely peek to be made. James forced to respect and forced to fall back. And ViCi awaits. Kaze did take a tag as well, so it's an even exchange between the AWPers. Exchanging punches. A minute to go. There's no apps. Well, there's the beginning of apps control coming in now from Avangar. They've got banana control as well. It's top mid that's next. See Adren working boiler and flashbangs going out for James to be able to get peeks in. Orman can't do anything from Arch. James holding that lane position. And here comes a play from the CTs. They want some action here, top mid. They're going to go for it. Ooh, they're doing some damage, some serious damage.
And James is alone now in mid with the AWP. Well, I mean, more importantly, with the bomb, he's just standing there. Fortunately for him, he doesn't get pushed, but what do they choose to do? Kurt and Buster moving towards the B bomb site. But there's so much utility for ViCi. The smoke is up, the Molotov behind it. They are helpless. They're just walking through 3 smoke grenades right now on the B bomb site. 14 seconds, but the bomb's still at the bottom of mid, so what is the goal here? Why are they pushing the bomb site without the bomb with 14 seconds on the clock? Yeah. Is it just to try and do damage because the score's going to be tied? And look at their money. This is a disaster. I don't know. That's a rough one. And they could have, if they just held on to that weapon, there's a drop to buy around what they have. They have got 4 rifles instead of 2 or 3 if Kikut buys. So this is a really awkward situation now for Avangar. It was awkward for ViCi, but boy, have things turned around.
The interesting thing too is that ViCi are doing the right kind of style of CT side. to defuse Jame, which is very passive. Because what you're doing there is you're basically committing Avangar to having to cut a set piece into a bomb site. And Avangar are going to be the most dangerous when they get that, when they get a pick. Because then they can start working the map, they can start seesawing you a little bit. And, they put more pressure on you, you expend more utility. You're in generally a much worse spot. But ViCi are just not really playing that aggressive at all. And they give, and once, maybe they'll take a bit of banana control, but then they just always give it back. And then they play these super passive 2-3 setups. And Avangar are really struggling on forcing the issue. They're really struggling and making the set pieces actually work. And also credit to ViCi because they hold on to their utility really well. So
Chinese teams on Inferno. It can be a problem.
yeah.
14 apiece. Well, the utility kind of sucks for Avangar. They've managed to get 4 rifles out with Adren on the Deagle. Adren's in that Sanji position now with the worst weapon. And Jame, of course, is always on the AWP. I can only admire how often he has the sniper rifle. Smoke is up on Banana, but ViCi playing passive, Shoking inside the arch. Kaze playing from inside the site with the AWP, no less. Right. Really precious utility will be used towards that short position. Again, Adren showing some presence. He has a tough job on Avangar. Comes under scrutiny quite often. And Avangar head towards the B bomb site. Looks like it's going to be a 5 versus 2 situation. Looks like Mo's got the pop flash, so they don't want to invite the rotation or the counter smoke grenades. They want to burst and get onto the site and use the numbers, which is really, really smart. So far, so good. Advent taken down by Omen here with a Krieg once again. Only good for 1 kill.
Oh, and James managed to get the elevation to get the shot off. Actually, no, I think he just got a shot through the smoke there straight up. And, oh dear, it's a save for ViCi Gaming. This is going down to the wire on this map. That was a great attack. You can see that it seems like, well, ViCi were caught off guard. Omen had a smoke in his hand when that push was coming in. That's never a good sign. Yeah,
well, he's waiting for the T-smoke towards CT to respond with the smoke, which is specifically why Avangar went with the flash instead, the jump throw flash. So there's minimal time to respond. Otherwise, ViCi controlled a choke point. They're much better equipped for Avangar. They don't have the utility to invite the initial utility back from the CTs and then do some more. So it was one of the best responses I think they could have gone for there. And they'll make it to game point first.
So Jamyang can drop a gun, and so can Kaze just about. But yeah, it's not the most ideal situation. They'll be light on some utility, which is going to cause some issues. Because if Avangar continue to play slow rounds, it's fairly likely we might see a similar situation. If Avangar can avoid losing a player again, early to the early to mid round, if Avangar can make it to late round with 5 or 4 players, and they can set piece, it will be pretty strong here. Although that said, ViCi actually getting a bit more utility than I expected, so we'll have to see, how that goes. Avent going for the MP9 so that he can load up on utility, which is very smart. I think you really need the max utility on this map, especially with the way that Avangar are playing.
So I wonder what Kaze will do again in the round prior. At some point, he was playing from inside the site. I think he was keeping an eye on the balcony. I think they expected a reasonable chance of some kind of balcony burst. I could be wrong, but maybe they'll feel inclined to be more aggressive on this occasion. In fact, he's over towards the B-bomb site on this occasion. So they've rotated the AWP around, trying to catch Avangar off guard. Kika makes his way forward. Now, Omen doesn't have the Krieg, but Kaze has an AWP in a similar position. A flashbang is there, but Advent trying to do what he can, but not the best tool for the job. Half blind, very dead. And Omen rotates towards B.
There are 4 grenades left now on ViCi Gaming. Within 20 seconds, all of the utility's gone. That's not a good sign. And the man with all the utility is choking, and he's towards A. So B is extremely vulnerable. And I mean, ultimately, both sites are extremely vulnerable. Kaze is going to be one of the most important players here. He's got that AWP, and he's really going to have to deliver with it. But he's not really, again, in a great spot because you'd want to have a flash just to be able to flash him in for a peek, perhaps, get a forward kill. But instead, there goes the CT smoke. There's nothing to respond with. This is going to be very hard for ViCi.
Avangar using their time. Again, inviting a response. Now they've tried out everything apart from a decoy on Jamyang. Kaze answers with an AWP shot towards the B bomb site. And look at the rotation. Look at the response from ViCi. They're not going to waste around. They're being proactive, not reactive. But can they get towards the A bomb site in time? Omen's already at the bottom of mid. 20 seconds on the clock. All ViCi can do is wait. Joking starts the proceedings. Down he goes, but Jamyang is still here. Buying some more time. Kaze charging through the smoke now. And he'll get the last kill and take it to overtime. ViCi Gaming have been really impressive in some of these rounds. That was really awesome. They didn't wait around. They held down the B bomb site. They realized what was likely going on. Omen just went straight down Banana, down to bottom mid. Kaze through the smoke. They know time's of the essence. Got to play while his teammates are alive.